Alright, buddy. Welcome back to the Sweet Life Podcast, episode 3. I am Eugene Wright. This is your host, C Null. That's Wu Tim, the phasing octopus. Also, we got a whole lot of crew in the building today.
Whole lot of gang
shit. Shout out to the homie Dolo Fibonacci,
Dolo,
the homie Ozu.
We ain't here somewhere.
And if you're familiar with season 1,
Legos,
Nigerian accountant.
McGuilly is got McGuilly in his motherfucker.
Hey, that's the throwback. That's the throwback, though.
Well, yeah,
my
brother's back in the building, so yeah.
That's a nigga name.
How y'all been doing, man? Everybody straight, man.
Yeah.
Smooth, man.
Right,
Easy rolling.
And you know, I was in Chicago, man.
Definitely.
I enjoyed it. It was cold in the motherfucker.
Alright, you need your jacket from here before he
It was a goddamn solid 30 degrees, nigga. And it was snowing. Food was good than a motherfucker though.
Nigga, I don't like eye cold.
Did you get some hairs, bro? You got some hairs out of them, bro?
I mean,
man,
I had that. I grew up in Chicago every summer, so I was on that Jerk 48, Vegas, Maxwell, all that shit. Like, so you fuck with Chicago, so you know,
I mean, I ain't had a lot, bro, but I definitely hit up hairs on RPM a couple times.
Okay.
You fuck with the Italian beast, though?
I don't like that, man. You know what my diet is.
Yeah,
man.
I fuck
You
with
trying to
that.
kill me?
I ain't had that Italian beef, but I
Well, yeah. Italian, motherfuckers.
I need me a
that,
D
man.
dish next time I go there.
Oh yeah. Go to Beggars, man. That's the number one piece.
Yeah, do not go to Giordano's.
Alright, so we got your recap. TPO, phasing octopus, that we call DJ, who is a DJ.
Really, man, I just been working on painting and fucking doing music shit, like putting video shit together. You'll see it when it happens.
Hey man, make that sweatshirt so I can go with them Air Max when I get them when they come out. New Air Max come out in March, goddamn. That shit go with with it. Well, yeah.
No, tell Nike to get at me.
No,
I do some
nigga,
design.
send them an email. Goddamn. You know what to do. Shit, put coke on that motherfucker. You know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nah, you good, bro. Woo, what up? Woo, Tim?
Come on, man. Let's kick this shit off. I think people been waiting on. You know?
Yes, definitely have.
I'm here, so I survived.
Straight up.
Yeah. Well, let's get right to it. Yeah. We got guests.
First off, apologies that we didn't go live last weekend. We just had a lot of personal shit within the camp that we had to deal with. So, appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll talk about our next episode off camera. But yeah, drink menu is Tito's, vodka, Douce, and bourbon, and as always, water. Y'all see this shit.
My brother, can I get that cranberry juice?
Yes, sir.
Cranberry juice. And cranberry juice.
Like I said, we got
100%. We don't want to do no sugar added over here. You know what I'm saying?
No, Nigeria.
We also,
man.
I seen that dude say, "Look at
Look at this goddamn bop, boy. No.
What's up?
and also
Throw it away, man.
Extracurriculars.
Don't nobody want that.
Tell the people who you is, Dolo.
Alright, man. I'm Dolo Fibonacci, a young entrepreneur and businessman out of Birmingham, Alabama. Artist as well. So, all I've been doing is cooking up content, man. I'm getting ready for this year. Got some things lined up, as well as a new visual and single that I just dropped 2 weeks ago called Work. Available on all platforms and on YouTube. Go get that, enjoy it. It's just a premeditation for some other shit that you finna goddamn get hit in the face with. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Just be on the lookout for the boy, man. Big shit on the move. Niggas on the rise. It's really time for different things, and we here to present what we got to offer.
Right.
Straight up. Also, you gonna hide in the back?
Oh no, I'm trying to make sure I'm still on there, man. Drink, you know what I'm saying?
I had to come back.
On the more, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But man, pass the Kavasa Douce. I'm in here, man. I just put out a tape the 24th. Hold on, what day? The 31st? Yeah, the 24th. A week ago. That boy called Finding Ozu. That boy here was.
Ether.
Yes,
man.
Ether.
Man, I'm gonna let y'all tell
88.8.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't never heard what the fuck hip hop
best
sound
flow
like
that I've heard from
Birmingham.
Birmingham. need to go get my passionate jinx from. And I honestly think it's probably a little bit better just because I was everywhere, and then your vocal quality, the quality of the album, I like that. I really fuck with that record.
Man,
as a rapper, you always have respect. You know, we've been collabing for a long time, but that record, I was like, whew, all right then, my nigga. Like not even on some rapidy rap shit, but the fact of like non-stop straight bars, like punch after punch, not punch lines, but just like hitting you in your chest, like non-stop let up. Like I fuck with that shit. 88.8s, and then the homage of 44 4s, 22 2s. Like I beat that. I was like,
yeah. See, okay. Man, it's layers, bro. It's a whole onion.
The onion.
It's 28 grams, and it's a whole onion. We in there.
Sellout.
That's old Zoo, right? But yes, before we get into the big topic, you know, everybody here, I wanted to give them their platform to do what they do real quick. Because we don't really share music on our podcast. You know, we really conversate, let you get your voice off, your opinion off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But just on a musical preference, because we ain't never really did like an artist interview. And we ain't gonna do one. But I do want them to know, like, how did you find yourself in the Birmingham music scene? And like, where do you see it going now that you're like a major player in it at this point? Cause I saw your rookie year and you had fucking phenomenal. But like, you know, we've been down a long time too, but you know, that's another story for another time.
Facts. But honestly, being with him got me into the music scene as far as Birmingham is related. Like I started music on my own, but once I actually gravitated towards somebody who was already active, already functioning, then I got to see. I just got to be a shadow for a while, for a few years, just peeping how it go, what work, what don't work, just seeing his L's and how he converted them to wins, and applying that shit to my situation. And once I got out here, I was received properly. Like I didn't really have any conflict of interest with people fucking with me. So it just flowed from there. But that's why my main goal is to get outside of the city right now. I feel like everything cool here. Like it's cool to be well respected in the underground realm, but it's time to get to some more ears. You feel me? Because if the underground realm is not one of the capacity where I can blow from it, then that means you gotta keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Like mission accomplished, but let's go something else. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to something else. You feel me? But as far as what it's about to be, it's about to be big shit popping.
Oh yeah,
we about to have a situation in Birmingham where niggas can blow just off Birmingham grind. You know what I'm saying? Yes, but it's not there yet. It's not there yet, and there's nothing wrong with receiving your accolades in your city. But when your city doesn't hold any value to the industry, then it's nothing void, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's great, but it ain't a back end. You can't goddamn keep that money rolling through your city. You can't take care of your family out for it. So it's just a name. It's just respect.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool to have it, but it ain't paying no bills.
Straight up. You know, we ain't had no, I ain't gonna do that. We've had no conversation before. Now, you operate like you know what you're doing, and I'm glad you explained why. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's redundant for us. We've already had them talks. But on the real, that's what I appreciate about you most. And especially I can look and be like, okay, this is genuine, this is solid, and this is actually real cut from an authentic place. Even if it ain't what I do, I get it. And it's like, you live this life. You know what I'm saying? So that's always been respect from me. But also I'm glad that you brought through too, told him to pull up, because I know you through him too. And this nigga's been down me since probably 2002. Not even two. No, not 2002. Let's say 2005, 2006.
Like I was telling these kids at the show, nigga. I thought these niggas was famous, nigga. Because YouTube was jump popping, nigga. They were on their ledge of that apartment with their red, like it looked red. Yeah. It's something. No, nigga.
Nah, this is in Birmingham.
Okay,
we was in high school, bro.
But it was him and these kids, and I thought them niggas were famous. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had different monikers we were going by at that point in time.
Mafia boy.
Well, it's the book. Lesson
Growth, my nigga.
Saw this nigga in person, nigga. I about fanned out, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying?Ck then in the G, like, nigga, I'm seeing. Bro, internet was just popping, bro. You know what I'm saying? I see this nigga on the internet to realize, oh, nigga, you famous, nigga. Yeah. Like, nah, bro, I remember them days. I just got internet. I was like, oh, nigga, what's that internet, nigga? Dial up, nigga. Internet.
AOL this goddamn.
You feel me? 30 free days, Jack. You know how we trapping. You know how we trapping.
But also, like, even past that, like, you know, we've been doing music between me and you back and forth. It's been a minute, but we need to do another record.
Yeah.
But we've been doing music since like mixtape days in college in the dorm room, like 2008, 2009. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bag, shout out to the Zooted fellas, shout out to the Hive Music Group. You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up with these records, I still got them, you know what I'm saying, on the phone. So, nah, it's all love, it's all real. And I'm glad you got your just due. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was really the hardest working man in Birmingham last year or two. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Like, you got that.
I just had to put it in a nigga's face, man. You know what I'm saying? And another thing I gotta talk to you about on the sideline. You just gotta apply pressure, man. You know what I'm saying? When you not getting what you know you deserve, you just gotta apply pressure. You feel what I'm saying? And that's always what I look at. I look at Gucci, I look at Tick, I look at Wayne. I'm like, these niggas just apply pressure and got what they deserve. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you do what you do and you dope at what you do, like, you just gotta put it in niggas' face. You feel what I'm saying? So I just took that same game and applied it, you know what I'm saying, in the metrics that's in front of me, you feel what I'm saying? And, you know, people gravitated to it.
But again, thank y'all for the music y'all make. Thank y'all for what y'all bring to the scene here as musicians, you know, in the room from all sorts of angles. I appreciate it because I felt like I had my shots and my chances to be, you know, whatever. That's not what I want to do. What I want to do is understand that this is something that needs to grow here. I look at cats like Cody G up in Huntsville, who helped found Slow Motion Sounds and help Block Beaters as a production group. Big Pope, if you talk about T.I. with Lax and Priestess back in the day. And my job now is to help make Birmingham music scene grow. That's what I'm settling into at this role. Don't get me wrong, like, niggas still got some bars, they got some music, I still got some shit to throw out, but at the same time, I find enjoyment out of trying to help build the culture here. But I just appreciate what y'all bring to the culture, man. Yeah. But like I said, we're not a music-related podcast for the most part, but I do want to have homies on here so they can know who y'all are, what y'all do. But let's get into the actual topics themselves. Like,
so y'all with it. Dolo, Ozu, y'all gon' just y'all input. Okay. Unfortunately, man, we had the untimely passing Laker NBA legend Kobe Bryant Sunday in a helicopter crash. Him and his daughter and 7 other people. So we want to just go around the room and just reflect and in our own perspective, in our own way, eulogize Kobe in our own way and what he meant to us. So we just gonna go around the room and everybody get 3 to 4 minutes to just talk about Kobe and what he meant to you, or, you know, how his game helped you out in life or whatever. So, Gene, you want to kick it off? Then we're gonna, you know, just go all the way around.
Well, yeah. Here's the thing with Kobe, right? Kobe is. I don't think people understood the gravity of what Kobe meant for black culture until he passed. But even from shit as small as, you know, the trash can, the paper ball in the trash can and yelling Kobe. You know what I'm saying? That's a cultural thing that's bigger than black and white. But at the same time, I don't think there was at one point in any millennials' lifespan that they did not enjoy or idolize Kobe. Like, Kobe's not even one of my personal top 5. If he is, he's number 5. But at the same time, as someone who enjoys that game, enjoys that sport, it was an undeniable effort, impression, and standard that he set within basketball. Because Jordan was cool. I saw Jordan play a little bit on the tail end.
We was kids.
Yeah, but we were kids. But I grew up with Kobe and I watched him dominate. Even if we talk about winning 5 rings out of a 20-year career, that's 25% of the time. And we know he lost about 2 of them in the finals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
One or two. One of them.
He missed 2. He lost 2.
He lost two.
He lost one.
To the
He lost
Celtics.
one with the Lakers when they lost to the Pistons, and then he lost against the Celtics.
Yeah.
So it's just like, but we talk about somebody with 6 rings. Like, man, this guy really was the first person before we knew LeBron to like have an opportunity to even get 6. You know what I'm saying? And beyond that itself, it's just like, this is the first tragic NBA death, if you think about it. Like, Wilt Chamberlain died of old age. Pete Maravich died of old age. But when you think about like superstars, legends, Hall of Famers, most of them still around. Kareem's still around. Dr. J still around. Jordan's still around. None of the NBA stars really die young unless it's self-induced. It's like,
especially I about to say not on an unfortunate situation, like unexpected.
Exactly.
Like you couldn't plan for this.
Pete
and the
Maravich,
story just keep getting
He was
worse.
one.
he had a heart attack.
Yeah, he had a heart attack while
but
playing
that's
ball.
like, that's almost like a natural cause, though.
Yeah.
But this is the first like tragedy. That they had to experience. But like I said, I appreciate what he brought to the game. He's the most passionate player the NBA has ever had. He played at the level of like a soccer player, and how they tear up the city if they lose. Like, he played with that type of passion. But that's what I got on it, man. And I wanna keep it moving, you know, because we got a lot of people in here tonight.
Man, imagine though.
Oh man, I didn't know how the Dutch was being passed.
Oh yeah,
To the right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all G. But man, Kobe, bro, like Daniel said a lot. It's hard for you to talk about Kobe after niggas talk about Kobe, because like it's all inclusive. Like, I think everybody sees Kobe differently, but they see him in the same way. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like bro said, you didn't realize. Like, I didn't even think about that. It was the only tragic death. You feel what I'm saying? It was just like, nigga, you don't hear about no basketball players dying. Like, first off, you feel what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, football, for some crazy reason, football players die more often than basketball players. You know what I'm saying? On a large scale, it seems like. You feel what I'm saying? So,
scrambling that egg.
right. You know what I'm saying?
Gets to the edge.
Right. So it's like, that was the main crazy thing. And then it's like, the basketball player after Jordan, if you could say that, I feel like you could say that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
you
I feel like
100%.
you know what I'm saying? The basketball player, and then the way bro died. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then with his daughter, bro, like, it's just like layers on layers. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then just not only them, like, it's other people. Like, it's crazy, but bro, life and his legacy will continue to live on, bro. Like, somebody who was that far at the game that they made you second guess if Jordan was the best one. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know. It might be. He said it was coming, but it might be.
Yeah, we got more guests joining.
Yeah.
Who that?
Oh, that's my Fresh.
Oh.
That's my business partner. He's like, we both run Sankofa Suite. But go ahead.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Come on, bro.
I didn't want to cut through.
It's real life, man.
Welcome to the suite.
Actual fact.
It's real life. But yeah, man, I'm gonna leave mine at that. You know what I'm saying? He was the most impactful player that made you second. That makes you have a debate of, is he better than Jordan? Nobody else can say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, I mean, niggas try to do, bro. They try to do, bro. Like with Kobe, like, it's an actual conversation, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my piece.
Also, pull up a little bit more so we can hear you in the mic.
Oh,
Dolo.
What's on me?
Yeah.
When it comes to it, bro, when I think about it, it's almost like the equivalence of like the death of Owen Hart. You feel me?
Yeah.
Times 1,000. You feel me? Like, you know how like fucked up niggas was on Owen Hart?
Yeah.
Like,
Because you saw it.
because like it was live
On pay-per-view.
You feel me? Like, you knew who he was. You kind of grew with him when you was a kid. You knew who Brett was. It was a family situation, and it destroyed TV. Like, for a minute. But it's like that times 1,000, and then it's like it really puts you in a perspective to, if you weren't aware about the value of life, like, you got to look at that shit now. You feel me? Because that's one person that he did so much great shit that you almost looked at him as immortal. You know what I'm saying? Like, not intentionally, but we just have idols that we feel like that about just because of their impact on life. Like, ain't finna die. And if it is, it's by the time they done lived it, they done lived their life, you feel me? They done exceeded the expectations even more than we thought they was after basketball and after sports, and they done did what they had to do, you feel what I'm saying? Like, this shit was so unexpected, and you know it was so much unfinished business that we will never know. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we'll never get to see Gianna grow up and live up to the expectations and the greatness that her dad has set and created for her. Like, it's just, like he said, layers of tragedy. You feel?
Because she could have revolutionized.
Right. That was the intention. That was the intention.
Exactly.
On top of give me 1 second, because I definitely had a real nigga fuck up moment, but it's cool because players fuck up. So live streamers, y'all stay right here. We're not going nowhere, but I definitely forgot to change the audio input on my for our actual mic input. But it's cool because I can pull the
technical shit.
Look, man, we was drinking a long time before we got started.
Drinking before I got here.
Yeah, so I just gotta swap this around real quick because I want to make sure it's.
That's so fucked up. You would want to get me clear and crisp when it's my turn.
Yeah, I definitely. But nah, it's cool because I'm be able to pull the audio from.
That's all you had, Dolo? You got nothing?
Yeah, I can leave it at that, man. That no problem.
I'm gonna be able to pull the audio from the video to make sure the podcast turn out right. So it's cool.
Yeah.
You know, you already know how I experience COVID is different from everybody else.
Man, we grew up with that nigga, man.
But no, I was gonna speak on that, like, but it's different for me because like I barely gave a fuck about basketball.
Sports.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that nigga not a sports enthusiast.
Yeah, like, but
hold on, let Coleman go.
No, we gonna.
I think I'm not government on podcast.
Ain't it?
That's cool, man. Definitely fucked up way to go, man. Times like, can you imagine bro, like, nigga took a helicopter, like, down there every day. Right. When he had access granted to the helicopter, you feel me? So, can you imagine this nigga, like, knowing what the fuck is about to happen, my nigga? Like, him and the pilot knowing what's the fuck going on, dog, and you got your kid, like, that's fucked up beyond fucked up. Like, that's cold, dog, like. I can't lie, nigga went out like a legend, dog. Like, can you imagine, like, any other way to go out, my nigga?
That is another thing. You gotta think about it.
Like,
Hollywood
niggas not
story,
looking at it from, like, how, like my man said, the nigga is a fucking immortal, bro.
He is.
So imagine going out like that with your fire daughter. I think she was gonna be, like, the first woman ever drafted out of high school. She wasn't gonna go to college.
You going to UConn?
I don't think
I think he was gonna be the coach, bro. I swear,
yeah,
I think he would have coached all the way up, bro. He was gonna coach all the way up.
And nobody was gonna stop him.
I can't remember the coach UConn name, bro. But you know he was gonna be out of the door by the time she got there.
That was gonna be some powerful shit.
So you know you going to UConn.
Why wouldn't they cut Kobe Bryant that chick to coach his daughter?
And he don't need it.
You know feel me? Like, but he going.
He wanna be there.
He going.
Yeah.
That's how that was finna play out, bro.
That's tough, bro. Like, that's just tough. Like, I couldn't imagine, bro. Like, him and whatever the pilot name, like, they knew what the fuck was going on, my nigga. Like, for real, bro. And them, 7 other people, like, what the hell is going on? You feel me? That's tough, bro. Like, that's so tough. Like, I'm a conspiracy theory. I don't want to believe the shit, like, but that's tough, bro. Like, I'm speechless. Like, I don't want to say nothing too rude or nothing like that, but bro, that's so tough.
Yeah. I feel you on that. I was talking to my partners on that, and they were like, you kinda don't want to sell it, but you know, I still be lining up, it'd be like, boy.
That's so tough.
Crazy.
That's so
crazy,
tough.
man.
But yeah, go ahead, DJ. Like, the nigga was cold, man.
Yeah.
Like, beyond, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, however you wanted to view that nigga, like, however you wanted to view Kobe, like, however you wanted to view him. Whether he was an asshole, you know what I'm saying? Whether he mimicked Jordan, I viewed him as a copy and paste. You know what I'm saying?
Man, his mentality is one.
I ain't saying it ain't.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I wasn't denying what you were saying.
Like, I fuck with the nigga. He one short of who we all, like, righteous can say, like, that's that nigga.
Nah, giving them 6
and everybody,
get no fucking
everybody room. Like, right now, we ain't grow up on Wilt, you know. We ain't grow up on Magic for real. Like everybody in this bitch and touched the pair of Jordan. Like right now. Like I don't give a fuck what nobody say in this stream. Ain't nobody stood in no line for no Kobe's until like Sunday. Well, we don't stand in line no more. But I'm just saying, like on some real shit, bro. It takes some shit like this for a nigga to break records, bro. And a nigga still great. I just hate to say it.
I mean, you can't deny that though.
Nigga was raw here and nigga rawer since he gone. So it is what it is, bro. Go ahead, DJ.
But yeah, like I was saying, man, Nah, you got it. But like I was saying though, like how I experienced Kobe was different because I didn't give a fuck about sports for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I played like a video game. Nigga was in it. That nigga was the best character in the game. So obviously, you know, like, but
that nigga on my squad, all right.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas like the nigga. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got Kobe. You got the pro Kobe. Oh, you got the Kobe. You know.
But real though. Yeah. But like, but then like looking into the nigga in real life, cause how I am, like I see a thing, it's a thing. If it got stuff about it, I want to learn it. And so then like looking into Kobe, like his mindset, you know what I'm saying? Like his mindset, it was one that I had, like it resonated with me because I always thought, hey, I always iterate, I always get better, always be better, always grow. You know what I'm saying? And so like he was that, like max level. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so you go, all right, that's where I got to get to. Bet. And like, it's always cool to have somebody like that.
Can I add something to that too? Cause like I was talking to my homie CJ Boston, and
No Sir.
Yeah, No Sir, as most people may know him. And he was like asking me one day, like, what's some dope documentaries to watch? And I told him Muse by Kobe Bryant. It came out in like
Kobe Doing Work.
No, Kobe Doing Work is a good one.
That was Showtime. Like Muse was the Showtime.
Yeah, Muse was the Showtime when he got the Achilles injury. And he said something, I probably mentioned it before on the podcast, but I'm pretty sure I did. But he had this quote in there where he was like, he was talking to Michael Jackson, like trying to figure out how to be great. And out of all people, Michael Jackson. Right. And Michael Jackson gave him a gem that you have to learn to be comfortable with your obsession. And Kobe like applied that shit, and that's when he won like the 2 rings he talks about in the documentary. I always tell that to like my homies, if you like looking for something motivational, you looking for something. I got that quote from Kobe because Michael Jackson told it to him. But I live with that now. Like you have to learn to be comfortable with your obsession because people may view you as crazy,
everybody in this room,
whatever, hell bent. But when you comfortable with your obsession, you're gonna get the best version of yourself from yourself or whatever it is that you're working towards. Like, but yeah, I just wanted to add that in on the end of that, man.
DJ comfortable with his obsession, bro.
Yeah,
on me. I ain't never seen a nigga in a luchador mask and couldn't give no regard to anybody else and how they feel, bro. Bro, I was like, the first time I saw, I was like, bro, this the realest nigga ever, bro. The realest nigga,
perform that motherfucker.
That's the idea, nigga.
I promise.
Man, I asked you the question. You never responded to me in the group chat.
Hey, that's the idea. Hey,
I be making. I didn't know you was phased eyes, but
see? But you know that nigga, you like, this nigga don't care, bro. Like,
and I used to scroll past that nigga page, like,
why is
nigga man? Okay. I ain't even go past that picture. Okay, like, it's
but
just
you can't
away.
get more 100 than that, though, bro. Like, nigga, this is what I like, bro, and I'm out here.
Everybody else got cups to drink out the bottle, they tell you. And you know ain't nobody gonna touch that bullet because it's strong. Like,
but yeah, man.
Go ahead, Corey, man. It's on you,
man.
Because you're the diehard Kobe fan out of all of us.
You got to do the podcast.
That's why he made sure he
like
got the last leg good. He about to run it.
We have to give
you. Always go last.
You see, he got the joint on the tongue.
Hey, tuck.
I always go last.
Don't match nothing else but on tuck. Yeah,
man. Keep that covered up.
That's what LeBron.
Right. Don't even let that be known. You know what I'm saying? He tried to flag that. Oh no, I'm just
no. I'm just showing. I'm showing love, man, for real. I was in Chicago Sunday, and right after it happened, I went right on Nike.com because we was talking in the group chat. Nigga, I tried to purchase a jersey. They was already gone.
Done for.
It was like an hour after I heard about the shit. It was over, but I was an avid purchaser of his shoes.
Hey, you
got his shoes.
Y'all clap it up for that nigga.
You lied. Yeah. You probably want to say it was an hour after you confirmed it. Cause
no. When you told,
well, I gave it to you fresh out the motherfucking box.
I'll tell
niggas was in denial about me.
I was like, hey, wait, they don't allow me saying that shit.
We checked 6 minutes after that story, but I looked at it, like 6 minutes ago. I was like, hold on, this shit's still fresh.
That shit was
I even refreshed 2 minutes later. I saw CNBC. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I ain't get out of bed for like fucking 7 hours.
I tried to buy the jersey.
I ain't want to be the messenger, but it just popped up on me. I be in the right place at the right time.
Oh no, Tim be the one breaking story. He broke the story about Nipsey to us in the group chat, and I was like,
that man, shit was crazy. I did the same shit. Nigga, you lying. Stop lying, but for real, in all seriousness, man, when I think about Kobe, I'm about to give a eulogy in a sense, man. First off, I don't get into the astrology shit, but like the zodiac shit, he was a Virgo. He literally mastered his zodiac sign, and as a human being, if you believe in that, you want to master it, and he literally mastered that. For one, nigga was literally like Bruce Wayne, Batman in real life. He took a lot of helicopter trips, so that trip was routine, unfortunately. But when you think about great people, like I'm a person, I read a lot of nonfiction, a lot of historical figures, like great people, because that's inspirational to me. When you think about great people, the Benjamin Franklins, the Mozarts, the Beethovens, the Fela Kutis, the Bruce Lees, the Muhammad Alis, the Michael Jordans. I went to law school, the Johnny Cochrans, the Jerry Spencers, never lost a case, the Reginald Lewis, Black business, billionaire law, the Kathy Hugheses, the Bruce Lees. You think about Kobe, he rank up there with them. In soccer, I'm a huge soccer fan. The Cristiano Ronaldos, the Lionel Messi's, which they was heartbroken because they was inspired by Kobe. Yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo is like the soccer version of Kobe. That obsession, he has it. Like when you think about that mindset, when they say mumble mentality, like, man, as a kid, I didn't really like Kobe at first because I thought he was mimicking Jordan, but I grew to like him as he came into his own. Like he mimicked Jordan, he mimicked a lot of players because he wanted to be great, so he studied a lot of players, he watched a lot of tape. He got into the league young, so he couldn't go to the club, so he watched a lot of fucking film in his hotel rooms. He was always at the gym. Even after a loss, he was always at the gym. So when he came to his own, that's when I became a fan. Like in 07, 06, 08, 09, like when he dropped 81 on Jalen Rose. Jalen Rose was gonna say he only dropped like 50 on him, but who was counting or whatever. But yeah, when he dropped them, I became a fan. You remember, because I had the Kobe's, snakeskin Kobe's, the black and gold 8s, Nike Zooms. Like, man, I'm an idealist, so I'm obsessed with like people who are idealists, and like his discipline as a human being, man. If you want to be great, the first trait you have to have is being disciplined. Even you rap, and they say you're a hard-working motherfucker, so how much discipline play in success. So I heard you talking, so I know you're gonna be successful. Because you got it there. So it's all about discipline. He had it. Self-control, he had it. Self-mastery, he had it, man. And he had the confidence, what, in my opinion, people lack in this day and age. People don't really have confidence. They can post all day on the internet, but they don't fucking really have confidence.
He was an assassin.
Yeah. And he had a killer. He had a killer instinct. The motherfucker he spoke multiple languages, man. He was a complete human being.
He was good, the person.
Yeah. Like I watched soccer. He was at the Barcelona game last week.
Definitely call players in Spanish on your motherfucking head.
Yeah, he
goddamn what that nigga name was he had on his team. Looked
Paul
like
Gasol. Paul Gasol. Yeah. He built he built rapport with motherfuckers with Paul Gasol because he know how to speak his language. That made Paul Gasol go a little bit harder. Yeah. Paul Gasol ain't been the same player since he fucking played with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, he was a complete human being. He was at the Barcelona game in Spain and Barcelona last week. And he was speaking in Spanish on the telecast. I watched it live. They had him in the broadcast booth. Literally a week before this shit happened. Like, man, he was a fucking complete human being. And yeah, he called Michael Jackson, but he also called Steve Jobs and asked him what he needed to do to be great. He also called Scorsese. Muhammad Ali, he would call because he had these motherfuckers on like in the contacts. Like I got my mom in the contacts. This thing got Scorsese, Steve Jobs, and Michael Jackson in his contacts. Like who can say that? And they actually would talk to this motherfucker for hours. Jack Nicholson. They would talk to him for hours about being great, man. And it's heartbreaking to me to see such a living legend, a muse gone so soon, but it just go a part of the legend. Yeah. He'll be more legend than he ever was, you know. Yeah. Motherfuckers, you know. Like, and he was grooming his daughter. He had no interest in women's basketball or the WNBA, but his middle daughter, she took an interest in basketball, and he started grooming her and shit. And he was grooming her to be she was literally gonna be the female Kobe.
Like that's why,
and she was really going to, you know.
That's honestly why it's fucked up. If it's just been Kobe and them parents on that bitch, no kid, it kind of would have been a better pill to swallow, even though you don't want to swallow that pill. No, I'm saying swallow, but seriously, like you got your kid on that bitch, man.
That shit crazy. I mean, it's like Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee died. Shit, man. Like that's so unfortunate, man. I'm one of the most unemotional motherfuckers that, you know, y'all know I'm unemotional, but they got cried when that nigga posted that shit to TMZ, and he know how critical and skeptical I am. When I confirmed it, I literally cried in Chicago, man. Just it was fucked up because it was so untimely, and it touched me because I love that nigga because I'm not a basketball person, but I just love his discipline. That's why I support it. That's why I bought the shoes, you know, because I loved his ideals, and that shit fucked me up, man. And I just want to say, man, legends live forever. You know what I'm saying? And he gonna forever live forever. And shit. Mamba mentality, rest in peace, man. We're on to the next thing.
I want to add on that. Because I thought about that. I was like, damn, I cried too. I can't even front. Just so like, damn, what did he really mean to me? You know what I'm saying? It was like, shit. I'm crying like a little bitch when Allen Iverson died. Like I'm a hurt bad.
I might share the tip.
As long as it's old age, I'm cool. But if something like that happens, that's why like AI. I'm glad AI be done for, bro. Like as a nigga from the hood, man.
Yeah, my nigga ratchet, goddamn. Stay ratchet, AI. You don't live
Take me down.
When AI go, I'm a bitch. I ain't gonna even front about it. Like
it ain't a kid that was from the hood that was running around in 01, 02 that didn't have a sock.
That's not disrespect or anything to Kobe, but when AI
he stood toe to toe to Kobe.
He did. You know what I'm saying? He stood toe to toe with everybody. Like, he had the most heart.
But that was on the highest level. You know what I'm saying? That was that shit crazy, man.
He fought the hardest and got the least out of it in every way for the NBA.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even hoop for real, nigga. And I'm in the newspaper saying I want to play for the 76ers as my dream, nigga. Like, AI, bro. I promise, bro. I'm in the newspaper talking about I want to play for the 76ers. This is how much AI mean to the world. Not just the city, but the world.
The world, Craig.
The nigga played overseas, nigga.
I got to use the restroom, but we also got drink and fresh fat.
Oh yeah. Shout out. Oh yeah, real quick, man. I just want to talk about Kobe accolades, nigga. 5-time champion, like shit. All-star 16 times, all defense 11 times. You know, all NBA 11 times, gold medalist twice. That's a big deal too. So, and the nigga won an Oscar. Nigga retired and won an Oscar, man, off a short film. That's crazy. That's phenomenal, man. But yeah.
Body armor. I'm gonna get my boy body armor. Very refreshing. Good coconut sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all niggas coming through tonight, man.
Oh yeah.
We supposed to do this a couple of weeks ago, but unfortunately, we had shit going on.
It ain't nothing, man. Perfect
time.
bro.
Yeah, it is. So
You can't. I'm telling you, you can't never think stuff don't happen. It always happen how it's supposed to.
Exactly.
Right? Always. It may not happen how you want it to, but it's gonna always happen how it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And if it don't, it ain't gonna never happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Straight up, man. So the next topic we're gonna get into, man, and we want to get y'all perspectives on it. Like shit, I'm sure y'all know, y'all niggas be on social media. Beyoncé dropped a clothing line, a clothing capsule with Adidas called Ivy Park.
Oh,
and a lot of people.
No, like legit. That's new.
I didn't know.
Nigga.
Oh yeah, nah, they passed out like gifts to influencers and shit, and they got like little bits and shit.
Yeah.
Try them on Instagram.
Oh man,
get the fans in the uproar and shit.
I need to.
Cause I don't be on there. Yeah, I don't be on there.
Oh no,
like, they all fake.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I gotta study the machine.
I dig it.
Like
I dig it.
I have to.
We talking about this Beyonce shit. So yeah, Beyonce dropped a clothing capsule or whatever. A lot of motherfuckers on the internet like, man, this reminiscent to the Popeyes color. And the logo was reminiscent to Popeyes, parallel to Popeyes. So
same
Popeyes,
colors.
Grabbing they nuts. They done came over the chicken sandwich, goddamn. They done got a whole new market share with the chicken sandwich, right? So shit, they dropped their own clothing line. Like, I don't know if y'all niggas seen this shit.
Straight up.
Man,
I'm
somebody
about to show it to you.
This is what we talk about in our group meeting, goddamn. We was like,
So yeah, Popeyes dropped their own shit.
My throat.
Yeah, so
Popeyes said,
it's just like the Beyonce shit, but it's Popeyes right here. So
Long weed.
Beyonce done ran it on the wrong cheek.
So on some player shit, and I'm gonna say player shit because Popeyes, they literally could have had a lawsuit against Beyonce, but instead of doing it, they dropped their own clothing line and shit. They already got the chicken sandwich. They got a whole new market share with the
millionaires.
let's get this back.
What I did.
Fuck it, let's run
You got
it.
the gloves on.
They supposed to work. They malfunction, but shit.
Yeah,
I need
but yeah,
to
so shit, we just want to go around the room with y'all and think about that shit.
That's
Like
lit,
shit,
bro.
yeah.
I think it's lit.
Oh yeah, also let me say this. Popeyes and this shit that I just showed you, that was all Popeyes employees that modeled they outfits. All their outfits are $10 to $40, and all the proceeds gonna go to their family fund, in which they pay for scholarships for employees that work for Popeyes. So juxtapose that with Beyonce Ivy Park and where the crop is going. Which y'all just think about that shit.
Man,
Playing the game.
I can't even front, bro. I love that fucking move by Popeyes. The shit's lit.
Playing the game.
Whoever is Popeyes branding or like social media or like personnel for people, these motherfuckers are doing a fantastic job. Yeah. They win at Chick-fil-A, they win at Wendy's. They publicist is on point. This is amazing. But I really fuck with the move, and I'm glad he brought up that point. Like, even the fact that, like, yo, we gonna spend this shit, we gonna play with it, but to let y'all know it ain't no real beef with Beyonce, we also giving the proceeds to this. So this is why you should buy it nonetheless. And plus, Beyonce shit sold out. So
just because
you know what I'm saying?
Sold it because she dropped something.
But
100%.
But I'm saying, like, but it makes so much sense, even with Beyonce referencing like what she said her mama was from, or on that fucking her mama from Louisiana, Popeyes, Louisiana, the chickens. Like, we ain't gonna disrespect you, but you know what I'm saying. It makes so much sense.
And plus, like, you don't want to incur the wrath of the beehive.
No, you don't. You don't. As much as black folks love black women influence black people. They gonna cut up on you about Beyonce.
You gonna watch your mouth.
Also, let me take this time. Shout out our streamers while Corey doing his due diligence. Shout out to Chilla T in the building, Teacher Tucker. I'm gonna catch up on all your comments. You say Kobe was the reason why you started watching basketball. I can respect that because the Kobe and Shaq thing was very real. I didn't believe it until major networks reported on TV. We was the same way because TMZ be on that bullshit. Man. Shout out to Cap Watts who said, shout out to D Jizzle. Shout out to Chauncey, what up to you as well?
Oh yeah, that's my nigga Chauncey.
Chilla T said they got the whole line, shoes included. And Popeyes also gave Beyonce free Popeyes for life. They dropped their line. Oh, after they dropped their line. That's you can't beat that. That's perfect marketing. Balls, you know what I'm saying? Like that's balls.
Yeah, balls.
Like all right.
Popeyes branding, advertising, publicist, and personnel team is so fucking on point.
Man,
flawless. They took an L, yeah.
And they've been doing the most
and they aggressive
as fuck. Like
Popeyes. Yeah,
shout out to Popeyes. All they missing is the black lady from the commercials. She done for it. We're like, well, we don't need no mascot for the chicken. This is the sandwich, the mascot now.
We just made lemonade. Bitch, we got lemonade, natural lemonade.
I see that whole unemployment.
She was in Walmart in a smart. Cards, nigga.
Hey, but she's still in that whole slanging chicken.
Bitch, cut that accent out.
Still in that whole slanging chicken.
Talk regular. Talk regular, bitch.
What you got on it, man?
Man, bro. First off, this is news to me, bro. Like I had no prior knowledge, bro. But that's super lit, bro. Like it's super lit for Popeyes to make the boss move, bro. It's super lit. It's most lit because they taking the bread. First off, it's affordable. You feel what I'm saying? It's reasonable. Like you Popeye, bro. You could, you know what I'm saying? You could drop, you know what I'm saying, $80 clothes. You feel what I'm saying? Just for, you know what I'm saying, shits and giggles. You feel what I'm saying? Get you a free chicken sandwich with it. You know what I'm saying? Get you a
sandwich, nigga.
Hey, let me get that chicken fit combo. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Deluxe with the shoes. You know? So, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You feel what I'm saying? But that they giving the money to the folks inside the franchise. That's the hardest thing to me. Like,
for sure.
That's wreck and shop. Like, that set it apart to where you could say whatever you want to say, but this is benefiting somebody. Right. And the other thing is self-serving. If you want to be like, oh, but they, you know what I'm saying, woo woo. But that's self-serving, bro, and this is giving back. You feel what I'm saying? So, right, for sure. And Popeye is the GOAT, or Popeye is the rooster. you know
like, on that tip though, and it's probably gonna sound wrong as fucking judgmental, but Popeyes employs black employees. It's located in black neighborhoods. Right. Yeah. So this directly does benefit black people, and they serve black food based out of Louisiana, which I feel like is New Africa on a different tip. But, like. So it's like people feel like, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, it's Popeyes, it's like, you know, cooning for chicken and shit. Like the commercials, I give them that.
My question is this though, like y'all would have been okay if KFC did it?
Hell no.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers gonna always have an opinion.
I don't trust KFC anyway. Like,
their team ain't even like that. Ain't even their kind of party. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah. Colonel trying to get back to the hood.
That nigga really like a slave master, bro. His whole mascot is slave master. No, I'm not fucking with KFC.
You got a spring tie on, nigga. What you talking about?
You're not fucking with the Colonel.
Come on, man.
Dolo, what you got on it?
Oh, I been goddamn slime buying in. You know what I'm saying?
Woo?
Man, I'm gonna be the thumb and say that shit too good to be true, but that goddamn biscuit shit so good, man. That so goddamn good, dog.
All I can say is you're a player.
If it's something in that sandwich, I'm guilty. I don't even care. That shit called Corona.
I still ain't had it. Still ain't had it,
I'm glad I got it. I had it.
When you do it,
Exactly.
though.
Like I got it like a month before it went crazy.
It came out like July 4th.
Listen, I was like, man, that sandwich ain't good.
I know it wasn't, cause that's all I buy when I go to Popeyes, nigga. Let me get 2 breads, nigga, 6 biscuits, 2 red beans and rice, nigga. What's happening?
Try the spicy, nigga.
Nigga, all I get is spicy. What you talking about?
That's the only option.
My people
had it.
That's the only option.
saying that we get spicy everything. We get spicy everything.
My people is from Lafayette, nigga. I'm a Broussard, nigga. Like, you hear me? I'm a French nigga, bro. Like, bro, it's going down where I roam.
So good.
Yeah, nah, like you can't eat it if it ain't spicy.
With hot sauce, nigga.
And the Cajun sparkle. What we talking about?
That's part of our lineage.
Gotta get the sweet heat to add on.
Yeah,
bro.
hey,
The sauce.
chips?
The sweet heat sauce.
Oh,
Yeah,
They got the sweet heat sauce.
see, I don't know. Oh, you talking about the chicken sandwich?
Yeah, with
One
the
day,
sweet
man.
sauce,
One
sweet
day.
heat sauce.
I don't know when, but one day,
Change
bro.
your life.
I don't want nobody talking about it when I eat it. Like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to each chicken spot. You know, I'm gonna go to Jack's, nigga. Yeah, I'm a hood nigga. We
Oh no,
with Jack's.
I just had a Jack chicken sandwich. That shit ain't even.
You know how
I
we
don't
had
line them up.
You know how when you were seeing
I'm
folks
about to
make a
say,
little commercial?
they got the big burgers, bro.
Hold on. Let's pull it back in. Let's pull it back in. Where we at?
Oh, it's on DJ.
Oh,
man.
alright. So fucking. First off, man, I want to know what that office like looked like when they inked that deal.
Which office? Beyonce, Adidas, or Popeyes?
Oh, that was fucking like. That was like, that's got to be like some cross work between fucking Adidas and Popeyes.
Well, you know,
Because like that shit worked. You know what I mean? Like that shit worked. So they got together well before this happened.
cause well, I was gonna, from a legal perspective, Popeyes could have sued the fuck out the motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying.
Instead of them doing
Because
it,
it's weird
Yeah.
that nigga, these are top marketing teams. They know brand colors.
Right.
Everybody knew it was Popeyes.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
You saying it was too perfect?
it was too perfect.
I
It
can
was
dig
too
it.
clean.
I
The
can
logo
dig it.
though
I
looked
can
just
dig
like
it.
Popeyes.
See, I still ain't seen it to the extent, so I'm
Yeah.
still learning. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah. That's
But nah,
that
man,
part.
like, but you know, but I'm weird like that. I see like,
Nah, it makes sense. Bro.
I mean,
Street
yeah,
life,
I think everybody
money is money, bro. Money is
yeah.
money. We
Yeah.
talking about a whole nother level of money. So
Yeah.
these niggas out here playing chess, bro.
Yeah.
Look like checkers to us. Oh, we jumped you back. No,
Right,
no. This is
right.
King to C6, nigga. Like,
Exactly.
out here, nigga.
Oh, you really play chess?
Yeah, just a little bit. I should have said King though, because
Yeah.
King ain't moving.
Yeah,
like
nah,
that.
it's-
But Knight to C6, nigga. We out
Sandwich is
here.
motherfucking
Shit.
spades, nigga. Trump tight. That shit.
Locked and loaded.
Fuck that shit. Oh God.
but yeah,
That
that's
sounds
all I got
good.
on the career.
Yeah, man. I just feel like shit. Popeyes, they on some player shit. Like they could have sued the fuck out of them for their likeness, but instead they broke bread because whoever they fucking marketing ran in office, they see opportunity.
Yeah.
They seen opportunity with
Right.
the chicken sandwich, and they see opportunity with this. Like shit, we ain't instead of suing y'all and going through years of litigation, we gonna fucking do our own thing.
The public will love
And just
us
to show
for
that
this.
we
Right.
well aware of the shit, we gonna give Beyonce free food for life. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z, the
You
kids,
good, baby. Pull
you
up
know,
whatever.
yeah, you can pull up
Whatever.
whatever, you know, we gonna show you love. So that's player shit for real, you know what I'm saying? And they gonna eat off of it. They already yeah,
Literally.
legit. They already eat off this. Look, they done munched off Chick-fil-A profit margin, goddamn, with that chicken sandwich. So shit.
Oh yeah.
They legit. They got enough capital. They ain't need that goddamn lady to be a fucking mascot no more. They all the way legit now. So
I'm telling you, she out of there.
Bro, it wouldn't be impossible for them to be like the highest grossing fast food
It
restaurant
wouldn't.
in 2019.
it
Oh,
won.
Popeye.
Yeah, it wouldn't be
It wouldn't.
impossible at all,
It
bro.
won.
They did numbers.
Man.
On one product,
Bro.
Numbers.
Like
Numbers.
I live in Inslee, so like 5 Points West right there. Like I see that shit every day.
Look, man. Look, hey. I'm a Sunday through Thursday vegan. On Friday and Saturday when I'm drinking and smoking shit, I go get one of them motherfuckers, goddamn. I ain't gonna lie.
Nigga, one drive through. Triple rap.
Yeah.
Hey, dog, that shit was wild, dog. I be like, y'all really put yourself through this?
It was for real legit.
It was
in the hype,
triple rap.
It was sold out everywhere, bro. I was in Biloxi and shit was sold out at all 4 locations.
Motherfuckers writing signs, we ain't got them.
Bro, even in September when they bought them back, nigga.
Yeah.
Was it September, November? It was one on September, November.
Yeah.
And they bought them back, nigga.
Think about this shit, like,
Still was crazy.
I never saw the pandemonium.
it is more Popeyes than Apple stores. Apple don't sell out of iPhones as quickly as Popeyes sold out of chicken.
Then it was reasonable
in
price.
all locations.
It was reasonable.
Oh yeah,
price.
nah, it was a deal, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
That's why you know it's fucking bad.
I definitely think they probably like served a certain amount on purpose.
Hold on,
It
let's
is
see what
what
we got
it
in the
is. I mean-
comments. We got Tia with I skipped the Popeye sandwich and fuck with Encore roll.
Man, them
Hey, I want to try it. I never had
Them
it.
motherfuckers be on wheels. Look,
for real.
them motherfuckers be on wheels. It's hard to catch their ass. They wouldn't.
oh nah, you gotta follow. You gotta follow the Instagram.
They said it was in a certain location. I went there. They wouldn't know where to goddamn be found.
Ghost Town.
Did you go
What
in
it
the
is,
time
what it is.
period? You went in-
Yeah. Shit, I follow
time slot?
directions now. But shit, them motherfuckers went up.
That's why you hit them be like, where you gonna be at next, bro?
I called the fucking
I'm
number.
gonna be there.
I called the number. They ain't answer that
No, you gotta play the game, dog.
I'm gonna get it one day.
You gotta play the game with them.
What the fuck is
IG.
What
You gotta play the game.
else she said?
Food
What they should do is send their line to regular people. The jackets, beanies, whatever they have. Send like 100 care packages to random people.
Well, yeah,
They could.
They can send them to B-list celebrities and be lit. Like,
Right.
Oh man, that should be
you know what I'm saying?
hilarious.
That might
Sound like she
be the
took
next
marketing,
move. You
goddamn.
might goddamn see you work for Popeyes.
Send me on the cool.
Like, that's a place.
Speaking of numbers,
Send me
man.
some chicken.
Let's go into the next shit, man. I look at all y'all niggas in this room as like leaders in Birmingham. So, like, you know, being in Birmingham, motherfuckers got to do better, man. Like, y'all motherfuckers got platforms and shit. Like, so this next shit, like, this shit crazy. It's a correlation, man. Like, it was a report that came out in November and it came out last couple of days on AL.com, man. Birmingham and Montgomery is in the top 25 for having the most STDs in the nation. You know what I'm saying? And you correlate that. Also, Alabama as a whole state is last in education, math, science, reading, complete last. So I feel like there's a correlation there when you think about STDs and, you know, the education. If you're not educated, you're not going to properly have self-control and protect yourself. So I just want to go around the room and everybody get a perspective on. Yeah.
I just legit had the pivot, and I know you want to go to Eddie first.
Go ahead.
Hold on. I'm gonna say, man, like, I don't know if you all like all products of Birmingham public schools, but I know, you know, everybody on the podcast.
Yeah.
So everybody in this room product of Birmingham schools, so we can all kind of attest to like going to a school. Yeah, we learn street smarts, we learn how to play spades, you know, how to style and shit at high school. We know that and shit. So literally, like, when they say we know nothing, when we went there, we was like, man, no, they ain't about our school, but in real life, that shit was real. Like, I ain't learned shit.
That shit was a wasteland. Like, that shit was an intellectual wasteland.
Like, me and my brother was blessed because shit, I come from a A&M legacy. Like, 4 of my aunties went to A&M. I went to A&M. 2 of them was professors, one a doctor, and one is a rocket scientist. So, like, them motherfuckers instilled in me, like, shit, you need to read, fuck all that shit. So when I went to Winona, that shit was bullshit, but I knew how to navigate through it. But we are products of Birmingham schools, so I want every motherfuckers in this room to talk about this shit. Like, we last in education as a state in sexually transmitted disease. We in the top 25. We in the goddamn BCS. We in the playoffs. We can make the fucking playoffs. Birmingham in the top 10. They goddamn Montgomery. I mean, let's talk about it. Talk about it. You got something on those? So you can go first. Go ahead.
Like,
go ahead.
Right, boom.
Shit.
So boom. Who would y'all say is the most notable intellectual nigga in our history?
In what, in Birmingham?
No, just in African American history. Who is known for education?
Man, that's a lot of cats. I could say W.E.B. Du Bois.
That's what my first.
I could say William Hoover Council, the founder of my school, Alabama A&M. Of course.
Nigga, I went to A&M too. Go ahead. You went to A&M too, nigga. Go ahead. No, I ain't graduated, nigga. I went. I was there.
My nigga.
I know you got your degree. Yeah, we know that.
Oh man.
Oh my bad.
That's
I went too, my nigga.
We was in there. But okay, anyway, cause you's a knowledgeable nigga. Shut up. Nigga, I'm talking about Booker T. Washington, bro.
Off the shores too, but
I'm talking about Booker T. Washington. So this is the epiphany I had. So Booker T. Washington was gearing up for the advancement of Negroes, bro, in a major way before they offered, right? What city was he based out of? Tuskegee. What other major thing happened in Tuskegee? The syphilis, bro.
Yeah.
Education, STDs, bro.
On purpose.
On purpose. On purpose,
Yeah.
bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's why when you said, I was like,
who led
wow,
they little pilots back?
Oh, Tuskegee. But you know what I'm saying?
And why it ain't no more black air pilots?
Wow.
Why you think
they exist, but they
but not like
they not recognized.
It was a bunch.
No, not a group.
It was a bunch.
Yeah, you got
to fly airplanes.
So
and they
basically, what I'm
rechanged it.
saying is, it's an infrastructure and a construct
On purpose. It was
here because they obviously saw something here progressing in the city. Where did the civil rights movement pop off at? I mean, not pop off, but what gave it the wildfire? What I'm saying is Alabama is, I feel like that hub,
like that nexus.
It's the nigga hub, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you feel what I'm saying?
It's the pure
like
nigga.
we touch everything. You know what I'm saying? Like we right there. You feel what I'm saying?
Niggas come
And we
from
the pipeline, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like
Chicago.
these niggas can't be progressive. Not these niggas.
You gotta do something.
Let me
You know what I'm saying?
hold on. Let me just give you some perspective.
Go ahead with the statistics.
Of course, I gotta come with the
I
facts.
already know where you going.
The largest concentration of black people is in South Carolina because you know when slaves came from
Right, on the
West
coast.
Africa,
Yeah.
they settled in
sure.
South Carolina, so they have the largest concentration of black people, but they not in the top 25 of STDs.
Okay,
So,
keep going. Oh, was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
But my whole and I ain't go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, he had a point. I didn't talk about it.
No, it's on you, bro. It's
All
on
right,
you.
okay,
Yeah,
bet.
you got some shit. Come on.
The point I'm making is the correlations. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm making a point of the
But
correlation.
I'm saying it's not a correlation with South Carolina.
Right, okay, but what else happened in South Carolina? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm just saying that's the largest concentration of black people.
And I understand that.
Yeah,
That's,
Did they get hit with like
Alabama is in the top
Ellis
10.
Island. You know
It's
what I'm
not.
saying?
It doesn't have the largest cause and effect factor.
Right.
To convert
Let
the
me
mind.
let me jump in right here, right? Because I got this line from my homie Huggy Batterpool, who's based out of Mobile, and I think it ties both of them together. He states in one of his poems that I love. It's probably my favorite poem from him. When cotton was king, Alabama was the castle. To understand the dynamic of what that bar means is that when slavery was profitable and was the best means of economic growth for this country, Alabama was the castle. That was the headquarters. That was the place you got the most bang for your buck, per se.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you think about, people on in South Carolina, yeah, that's the largest concentration of black people, but that's also probably one of the easier exits from the South to freedom. Because it's right there dividing.
In 2020, they said large concentration.
Family ties, cost of living up north, and just roots. And
that's still the South.
That's still the South. But I'm just saying, it ain't deep South. You know what I'm saying? But
Southeast.
It's southeast.
Yeah, southeast. But nah, it's a different.
Shout out to Neat's funny as hell, man. She funny.
Use your mind.
Something between me and her, but
she funny as hell.
And she said Alabama is the 8th most infected too.
Infected state. Yeah, so
I mean HIV. That's what she referring to.
Yeah,
I roll my sleeve.
Look, check this out.
But no, man, let old Zoo have it. But yeah, I just
no. I mean, what? I didn't said it. You know what I'm saying? Like when you gave those 2 points, it just clicked in my head like automatically, bro. I'm like, wow, bro. Like, nigga, that's a bomb that was just set up like that was a biological bomb. You feel me? Like, that's cynical. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, not cynical, but sinister.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Like,
it's all playing.
Devious, bro. You feel like it was all contrived,
nigga.
Like,
yes.
Can I let me dive in? Hold on. Let me dive back in. Let me get me.
This good dialogue, man.
It is great. It's great dialogue. I love this shit.
Yeah,
but this is what. See, this is why. See, we have rap conversations about this behind closed doors. We don't do it publicly. So I'm glad this is happening. But what I was saying was,
she fucking with y'all.
Like, look, like when I said when Cotton was king, Alabama was the castle. But when you think about that narrative, right? They got the most bang for their buck. They developed a system of processing here to get the most out of black people, right? So if you talk about slavery, it's only 2 states that niggas really, really fear the idea of slavery. That's Mississippi and Alabama. Because they feel like the people that had slaves went to them 2 states. And they feel like we're surrounded by these, white people now. So in the mentality of slavery, right? And I was talking to my homegirl about this at work the other day. She was just like, I couldn't have been no slave. I'd have been like, fuck that shit. And I told her straight up, like, that's what the first nigga said. Right. They cut off his foot, chopped off his head, and beat him within an inch of his life. Right. And the rest of the niggas was like, I'm good.
You gotta do the work.
All kinds of displays of torture that fucked up the mind.
You know what I'm saying? They
looking like they would call them together for you to see them forget fucked up.
You know what I'm saying?
They want you to see this.
So apply that same
psychological warfare.
Apply that same analogy to like mid 1900s, whether it's 1950, 1960. I don't even fucking
probably
know.
Willie West or something.
It's probably Willie West. It's probably Kid Ron. It's probably 9-5. Who knows? We got special guests in the suite all night.
Yeah, this
we got that's Kid Ron.
Hey, no fun, bro. I seen y'all 2 niggas in this bitch. I was like, okay, it's different. I seen Dolo Zoo goddamn. I was like, oh shit, let me just come.
He got the coke shit on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, bro.
Don't flash that no more. Flash it from the top. Pull it down.
Lose your LeBron, man.
Man, it's like
I'm not over,
man.
I understand, bro. Mark that 3 out. Make it a 4. What up, John?
I'm just showing love, man.
It's just when you have a COVID conversation, then you show Bron. I
really want to show Lakers.
I know
real, bro.
Alaska #1. They doing some fucking in Alaska.
Hey, they ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Yes, that's what I was gonna say. But y'all gonna let me finish this.
Hold on,
get out, man.
Mathematically, it's not that many people in Alaska, so it makes sense.
The percentage, yeah.
Per capita.
Like what we was talking about with the idea of like, that's how they broke the slaves. Like the first nigga said that shit, and they beat him to death in front of everybody, and everybody else was like, alright. So, but if you apply that same analogy to today, right? There's no states marked more than Mississippi and Alabama. So it's like, in order to keep black people controlled everywhere else to the best of their ability, because black people are spread massively now, you got to make a mockery out of one particular place, or a few particular states. That's usually back and forth between Mississippi and Alabama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you think about that. So it's like, even with the shit of us being the most uneducated or the most STD infected, the highest HIV rates, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Even black male prison population compared to other races. You know what I'm saying? It's so much that this is institutionalized here in order to keep people fearful everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the ideology that this country was built on. And you can rarely get away with it being done to a person. Well, unless you're a policeman, but that's another story. But, in the age of political justice and reform and how everybody talking, these are the 2 places where it happens most. We just in Mississippi for prison reform last week. You know what I'm saying? Because it's drastically unfair over there.
Right. And inhumane.
Yeah, so they're like the front runner for shit like policemen and racism, like blatant racism. They're the front runner in that.
Like
but as far as
human
being
rights
like,
shit.
Yeah, but I mean, we fought so hard for civil rights and sparked that shit that I feel like it is a plan to continually show that, look, they did all this Montgomery bus boycott, this civil rights shit, all this shit in Birmingham. These people ain't even taking advantage of the opportunity to give them. They still the most infected ACD. That's how they choose to paint the narrative of black people because you gotta show black people a certain way to other black people in order to keep your will and your power as they did the slaves originally. But yeah, that's what I got.
Dolo. To be honest, I'm high. We done been so many trains. I don't even know where I'm at with the point anymore. What topic were we on out of the topics that we were on?
We just talking about, man, the STD rate is high and the education rate is low.
Yeah, man.
The correlation.
Yeah, I definitely feel that there's opportunities to make a change in that situation. It's not something that's incurable. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's really just a situation of sex ed being detrimental. You gotta start in the lower phase and let it outbloom itself. You know what I'm saying? Because adults at this point in time should also have conscious awareness to understand, nigga, you need to go get tested.
Yeah.
If you out here fucking raw, then there's a possibility you may have something. Like those are common fucking sense things.
It's
like,
consequence.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
it's the direct
like if we just blatantly ignoring that, then it's nothing that we can do to make motherfuckers that are adults change how they think. So you just gotta start at the ground zero with it and just put it back on the kids and make sure that they know what the fuck going on, and then it'll eventually convert itself and change over. But you gotta stop the cycle and break it somewhere. But it's not impossible. People
I can feel that. Like to that point, I'm just chiming. Just the same way we had Dare and Great or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't see a person that looked like me talking about sexual awareness until I got to A&M. You feel what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know the orientation. That would have been heavy. But you know what I'm saying? It wasn't. Y'all had it. You had it. No, we had it.
I started in spring.
Survival skills.
I mean, survival skill, but I mean, it was on like some other, you know what I'm saying, like just a outing type deal. You know, where niggas was just meeting up, you know what I'm saying, just for another regular thing. But what I'm saying is, if you get to Dolo point, if you giving examples like that to show niggas that it's real, because all we see is, it's in a book. Nigga, that ain't gonna never happen to me. You know what I'm saying? But when they find Dime Demi walk in here, be like, look, I done had XYZ for this that long. You know what I'm saying? You like, you dead fine. Oh, okay, it's real. You feel what I'm saying? You need them real life examples, bro. You feel what I'm saying? To curtail the thinking. You feel what I'm saying? Like, to what bro was saying. And I think it's the same way too about education. I was having this conversation with a good friend of mine a couple weeks ago. Like, with education, bro, it needs to be celebrated the same way we celebrate sports, nigga. The same way we celebrate the arts. You feel what I'm saying? Like, when niggas are scholastic, you feel what I'm saying, and excelling, bro, and really going hard, like, it needs to be encouraged the same way, bro. Celebrated the same way, bro. Like, nigga, throw a barbecue because my child got all A's all year, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Have everybody pulling up talking about it. You feel what I'm saying? The same way, just like my child won MVP, you know what I'm saying? Got touchdowns. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this the same kind of mindset that needs to be implemented, because it's not being praised. It's like, you don't, bro.
They make it feel like a necessary.
Huh?
They make it feel
like because it's praised.
No. Not even because it's praise, like even when they do it, they just make it feel like you're supposed to get out.
Right, that's what you're supposed to do. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to do? Oh, okay then, nigga, whatever.
Make it feel like it don't matter.
Right.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, so
you gonna get some money from them A's, like eventually, yes.
In the long run.
And that's the other side of the game. No, bro, I don't know no coming up, bro. I don't know no successful niggas off brain power that came and was an example and showed us, hey nigga, you could really do this too. You feel what I'm saying? Like, every successful nigga I know work. You feel what I'm saying? So how I know to be successful if I ain't trapping, getting money out the street? nigga. But even as you know what I'm saying, working, you feel what I'm saying? But it is on using brain though. But they don't tell a nigga that neither though.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They don't tell a nigga that. You feel what I'm saying? But all I seen was niggas working. You feel what I'm saying? So you think if you not a star or an athlete, nigga, I gotta work. You feel what I'm saying? My body work. You feel what I'm saying? Not work my mind. You feel what I'm saying?
Physical labor,
it's just these real life examples, bro, that need to be in elementary schools and every institution you go in, you should see a new nigga doing something else different. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, just imagine, bro, when computers first popped out, bro, if everybody learned about a computer as computers was growing, we'll be some rich niggas right now, bro. Because we'll be building stuff, bro, and we grew up with this stuff, and we know how to do it innately. You feel what I'm saying? We know how to do all these things innately, but we don't know what we doing, but we know how to do it. Nigga, we taught ourselves how to make beats, bro. That's
Fruit Loops.
That's crazy, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like to think
20
20 years ago, bro, the things that we doing now, bro.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So just imagine if we had somebody say, hey, you're right here in this thing that's happening. If you capture this thing, you can make the most of it and you can be the pioneer of it.
Yeah.
You won't even have to go to school because you can explain it because you right here with it doing it naturally. You feel what I'm saying? These examples need to be in every level, bro, from preschool to daycare, bro, to elementary school, to middle school, to high school. So by high school, you really know what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? Coming out of middle school, coming out of middle school, bro, we should know what we trying to do with our life, bro. You feel what I'm saying? If we implement
true
everything
optimization,
properly, you feel what I'm saying? So, cause 13, 14, you like, oh, nigga, I see the world, nigga, like, but I'm gonna go give me some money and I'm gonna smash these bros.
I want to let Dolo finish his point so we can keep it going.
I'm good.
Coleman, what you got, man?
DJ, what you got? Crazy, bro.
Nah, I do though.
Go ahead.
So you saying we did last in STD?
No,
we eighth most period, all STDs included.
And we last
we was
education.
cold on my
Hell yeah.
But you said at one time, you know what I'm saying, they did the sugar shots and shit down in Tuskegee.
Yeah.
We were known as the smartest. It's quite funny because what if we going to the clinic and they still not healing them?
That's why that's why self-education. That's why you gotta educate yourself, man.
Outside of educating yourself, you get a personal doctor too.
Yeah, but still, how many black hospitals we on?
It's true,
hey, man,
too.
they gonna cut me off this bitch. I don't just have braids for nothing. Stop playing with me.
He's silly
talking on this bitch, man.
Yeah.
What you got?
But
it's kind of hard for a white man to tell me I got cancer and shit, or I got diabetes, and we not made of the same DNA. Or the same species, or have the same chromosome. Until we get a full black hospital besides Princeton and that other dumb shit, stop playing with me.
Alright. Talk your shit, woo.
But like, it's not a surprise.
I agree with you. Like what I'm supposed to do?
Right. But also like, shit's about design. Like, you think about like the resources available here. Like when Alabama was like, when America was developing like the iron ore, and then like access to ports, all that shit. Like, you would recognize, hey, limit the growth of the motherfuckers who can take advantage of that shit. And so, like,
that's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Because even if you look at the coastline, Alabama has a smidget. They purposely smeared Alabama out with this Florida panhandle. Like, we don't got no coast.
Yeah, but you know, this is the game. Like, it's the game. But if you educate the motherfuckers, if you fucking teach motherfuckers and stop being caught up in some bullshit. If you just teach motherfuckers, they learn how, like, they learn the value of taking care of their bodies.
Self-respect.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Like, sex education should be second.
Exactly. Like, that's your body. You need that motherfucker. Like,
inevitable. Like,
it's your shit.
Like, it should be second nature.
And that's another thing, bro. Like, niggas I ain't know how my body worked, bro, till I stole a book from this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, this you know what I'm saying? Till 2012, bro, like, I was just salmon out there thing. I know how to do basic functions, nigga. I don't know that my skin.
That's what we stealing that one. That's a shirt. Oh, you out here salmon, guys. You on autopilot.
Like, I don't know that my skin is an organ
with the green diamond on that bitch.
I'm just like, nigga, that changes the game, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And that, and if you know these things, bro, like these small basic things, bro, it changes your brain. Like, oh, I ain't putting my skin on her skin if I don't know what her skin got. You feel what I'm saying? Cause this is an organ, bro. Like, nigga, this is living, breathing, bro. It ain't just sweat and piss, bro. It's like it can receive too. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas don't think it receive, it just give. You know? Nigga, it's sweat and I pee. You know what I'm saying? When I bathe, don't nothing happen. You feel what I'm saying? So you ain't thinking, nigga, I am from Belsville, my nigga. But look here. But yeah, it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like. Man, bro, we need to know, bro. We just need to know, nigga.
What else you got, man?
That's it, man. Let Kiro jump in real quick.
You got something?
You got something on the Kiro?
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
Hold on.
He was in. Okay, so let me give him some knowledge because he went to Tuskegee.
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Y'all talking about the experiments.
Okay, you with it. Okay, so what we talking about is Alabama being super low with education and being super high with sexual transmittification.
Yeah,
I just wanted it to rhyme. It don't have to make sense. Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when he was saying it, my wheels were turning. I was like, oh, Tuskegee, because what Booker T. Washington was doing before he got killed. You know what I'm saying? How he was trying to advance us. And then the syphilis test situation, experiment with Tuskegee.
Right.
So boom, what's your take?
Man, you know what? It's that's a lot to unpack, you know what I'm saying? Right. I'll say as far as the syphilis experiments, you know what I'm saying? For anybody that don't know, you know what I'm saying, because what happened was basically syphilis was so prevalent back then, you know what I'm saying? And what was happening? I want to say the draft for World War II was going on. So what happened was, syphilis was so prevalent that before you got drafted, you got tested for it. And back then everything was cured with a shot of antibiotics. So, white man go to the doctor, hey bro, guess what? You got syphilis, don't matter, your ass still going to work. Get a shot, boom, get on the plane, bitch. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers went to Germany or whatever, D-Day. You know what I'm saying? But they told black folks, like, boom, get this shot, you know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be cured just like everybody else. Of course the shot didn't cure them. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, that's how we know what'll happen if you have syphilis for an extended amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Because of these tests on black men. You know what I'm saying? They said, let's use some expendable lives. You know what I'm saying?
Control groups.
Yeah.
I will say that trickle down effect, you know what I'm saying? Niggas already don't go to the doctor for real, like we should.
Yeah.
But, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, we don't go for our own personal reasons, but also, like, we have reason to not trust the doctor. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't 300 years ago. You know what I'm saying? My grandma was born in 1940. You know what I'm saying? The syphilis experience happened like halfway through the 40s. You feel me? So this was about 80 some years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're still generally affected by this. You know what I'm saying? And I say, okay, but just to tie back into what you're talking about is, alright, so niggas not going to the doctor, and we all know some niggas that be on some, look, I don't go get tested, but if a bitch I'm fucking wrong go get tested and she clean, I'm clean. Right. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Look at that nigga.
And that's facts. That's facts. That's facts.
No motherfucking finger.
On G. But you know what I'm saying? And it's one of the things too with just just my own research. It is easier for a woman to contract something than a man. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know what I'm saying? Definitely. Yeah, bro. So it makes sense. We're hyper-sexualized. You know what I'm saying? As a race, bro. You really go. Have y'all ever asked white men their body count? Should be like 7, and they be proud. Legit. Wow. So unless they a muscle-bound Jersey Shore ass nigga, bro. Realistically, bro.
Hey, that's a real shit.
Hey, that's facts.
Average is 7.
I ain't gonna say average is 7. I ain't gonna say average is 7, but I
they ain't out there like that.
You know niggas that did that in a week. You know what I'm saying? You know niggas that went through 7 hoes in a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, bruh, niggas be and white folks be at 7 and be like, all right, bruh, I done had enough. I'm ready to settle down. So, and truth be told, bruh,
man,
you know what I'm saying? This ain't good either. But black folks just got it. We just better ask them the pool bigger. The pool is bigger. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's all of these factors contributing to why places like Alabama, you know what I'm saying, there's a higher, because we fucking more. You know what I'm saying? It just shit
Definitely
like that.
Doing that.
Goddamn, it's all kinds of reasons why. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga,
And then
had 12 siblings.
Yes, and shit, yeah. And we used to that. In the South, we used to that. We used to goddamn grandma got 10 kids. You feel
that's
me?
on the real though.
Yeah. Them motherfuckers ain't immaculate.
All they did was work and fuck.
Working fuck, bro.
Right.
But your granddaddy came home from them coal mines out in Pipe Stop, fucked your grandma, and went to sleep every night.
No condom,
and climbed out.
Yeah, might fuck around and climb in some shit around the corner, you know. Dave Chappelle said that was back when men could be men. You know what I'm saying? Nigga have a whole family around the corner.
Right.
No social media, no none of that. Who keeping tabs? Goddamn.
I'ma fall up in this pussy about 4:15. I'ma slide out, goddamn, cause Suzanne
Swear to God. Hey, you know
she cooking dinner tonight, so I'm going over there.
Yeah.
And the fucked up shit is that shit by design, dog. Ain't shit else to do.
Exactly.
Trying our female listeners gonna kill us.
No, they with us, but no.
Yeah.
I want to talk.
Comments, or you want to go?
I want to delve into like the education fact. You know, everybody. Well, not everybody, but it's kind of known if you search deep enough that you know Alabama and Birmingham specifically, and Alabama. I mean, and Atlanta. You know, they were neck and neck for a second. Somewhere around Martin Luther King days. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Atlanta was like, all right, boom, we gonna keep progressing. And Birmingham was like, hey, let me get these niggas in check real quick. Fuck all that technology shit.
Yeah.
So I got something for that.
Yeah, because they dropped the bag on that one.
Big bag. You feel me? And it's one of them things where it's like, it's those things like that, bro. Our morals are in the wrong spot. Like, we don't focus on education. Education ain't big to us. Bro, Alabama has the best athletic programs in the world. In the world, Craig. You feel me? What about education? We bottom, bro. You know what I'm saying? All the money is going towards the athletic schools.
Yeah.
You feel me? All the best talent is going to athletic schools. You get to these athletic schools, you don't even have to do work. Nick Saban got them niggas in there 24/7. You know what I'm saying? White bitches sucking their dick and doing their homework.
Right.
For real.
Hey. Derrick Henry, this nigga gotta play Friday, Saturday. Fuck
right.
it.
If I want to keep my job.
100. You know what I'm saying? and you know, so it's these things. So it's like, bro, goddamn. Shit, I wouldn't know how exactly correlate the sex and the education, but I am aware of some of the factors that lead to both.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even think about we talking about sex and education and like sex and education.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man,
wrap it up.
Man, let me try to bring it home, man. First off, y'all motherfuckers need to come on here again. Again. You always in this motherfucker. Yeah. Y'all motherfuckers need to come on here again. Going to the comments like, I think Anise said something about motherfuckers think they pee supposed to be yellow. If your piss yellow, that means your ass dehydrated.
You dehydrated.
You drink more water, your shit should be clear. That means you hydrated. So that's simplistic. Also, man, motherfuckers, if you dicking a lot, you need to go take a test every goddamn 90 days for real though.
For real.
To piggyback what they saying, man, like shit. I stayed in Atlanta for a numerous amount of years, so you know I was philandering. I used to get my.
You was on whoremonger.
Philandering.
We say whatever story time.
Word of the day. Philandering.
Yeah, man. Hey. Vocabulary, but no, for real.
Vernacular.
But yeah, all of that. No, for real. I used to get tested goddamn quarterly. Goddamn.
MC said it, man. You need to let somebody check your blood and let somebody check your pee.
Yeah, for real.
Easy E got it.
Somebody who
that?
that?
That probably Willie West.
It's like Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Goddamn, yeah. This
Shout out to Mr. Rice neighborhood.
Hey, neighborhood, yeah,
Like,
that's real. This is neighborhood for real. Who that?
Front room,
What's good?
oh,
Yeah,
another nigga was
nigga.
pulled up. Like,
I was finna head to the crib, man. I got the Arc of Death. Y'all like, shit, let me pull up on the side. I'll do it, y'all.
Man, the conversation with me and that nigga had, we should have had that on camera.
Talking about them damn crackers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, for real though. Okay, let me
you
Let's
got
try
to
to
see
bring
bro,
it back in, man.
Yeah,
Shout out,
nah,
you want to munch on camera.
Yeah. I was gonna say, man, before I get into the shit, like Booker T. Washington and William Hoover Counselor, they was very close, so they used to debate a lot. A lot of people think they ain't like each other. They had the same intentions, but they just had different perspectives on how to get to that particular objective.
Malcolm and Martin.
Right.
Yeah, basically. Before Malcolm and Martin, Booker T. Washington and William Hoover Counselor was Malcolm and Martin before that, you know. Malcolm was like, you know, Booker T. Washington. Martin was like William Hoover Counselor. So yeah, that's crazy though.
Hey,
Well,
what the boy? I'm sorry. Where he fit in all this?
he was in the middle of it.
Oh, okay.
He was a knowledgeable one.
So it was like
yeah,
it was
all
like
of
a spectrum, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So WB,
He was not. Yeah, he was knowledgeable. He wasn't in that particular.
He was more-
he was
he
at
was
Fisk.
northern
He was
based.
at Fisk. He was at Fisk
right.
University when, you know, Tuskegee and A&M was debating about getting funds and shit from the government. So yeah, that's how that shit played out. But yeah, in regards to the STDs, in regards to the education, man, I'm a big proponent of community. Community is very important, man. Like, when we was kids, we had parents. We can all attest in here. Let's be fucking honest. Our parents didn't go to the goddamn PTA meetings.
Nope.
Let's attest to that shit.
What was it?
So mama, I'm thinking
was that a
outside. We don't
game?
need you.
PTA San Andreas?
That's the
Hey,
point.
but
That's
Britta,
the fucking point.
hey.
That's the point.
To be honest, I don't even know like Central Park or Green Acres even really
They
had.
had PTA.
PTA hell
We both went to Green Acres.
Yeah, they had it.
They had it.
I didn't even know they had it.
I mean, that's like a thing. Like, that's a mandatory thing. So they have to have it.
That
You know what I'm
was
saying?
like court date to me, boy. Boy.
This nigga-
But you went to restoration. and
It
shit.
don't matter, nigga. Even if we know in elementary, I think they were trying to slide some of them hoes in there.
This nigga crazy. let me say this,
I
man.
was bad in the school, nigga. Fuck that bullshit.
Appreciation. My
Progress
son.
report.
My son stay in California. Him and his mom stay in Los Angeles. He got an award this week for perfect attendance. I didn't take it that as being that big of a deal because the nigga got low scores in math. I'm paying for that motherfucker tutor right now. I got to do some shit in the morning to pay for that nigga tutoring. So yeah, he got low scores in math, but he got a big award for perfect attendance. And I didn't think it was a big deal coming from where I stay in Alabama. I didn't think it was a big deal.
Yeah,
But at the same, it's a fucking big deal. It's a big deal being a parent, man. That means the parents invested. They sending their kids to school every goddamn day.
Yeah, to get
And
benefit.
that's what we need to do. Community, and we just gotta do better as a community, man.
Yeah,
That's what we in a room. I'm in a room full of goddamn leaders. We gotta do better. Y'all niggas spin them bars, man. Spit some bars about community.
Well, can I
Motherfuckers
say-
come together being, hold on. We gonna come back to you, but
And do that.
yeah,
Especially
I
this nigga.
Go ahead, finish up, bro. There you go.
it's just that, man, community is very important. Like, I feel like we got to do better. Like, we understand the establishment. We understand the institutional racism, right? But shit, we got to push for more. You know what I'm saying? We got to be stronger.
exactly.
You know, I went to fucking Walmart in Hoover the other day, and they had fucking avocado spread, avocado butter to put on your toast.
Yeah.
They ain't got that shit in Harrytown and in Bessemer.
Got
But-
the neighborhood on Grangeland.
From a marketing perspective, you a businessman, like you got to engage yourself in the market. So shit, if we question them like we want this avocado shit here, they'll do it if enough people question them.
Yeah.
So
The demand.
I'm saying demand. We gotta have enough parents. We gotta have enough people in our community that wanna be a part of the community more, to push for sexual education, to be more prevalent, to push for more STEM programs.
They gotta
more
know that they can do that
science,
too, though.
They can do it.
But they gotta know
They
that.
gotta
right.
know that they can.
But see,
Right.
they don't know, but PTA means it's a legal thing. It happens all the time. They do it without parents even fucking coming. Yeah. They have food and every fucking thing. The parents don't even come because the parents not aware of it. Exactly. So parents need to challenge themselves to do better.
Yeah,
that's all my point.
It's that whole Ouroboros shit.
We got to be a better community. That's all I'm saying.
Let me jump in. I do want to send a shout out to all the artists that worked with me this year. Whether you was on film, off film, you did the performance and all for not this year, but 2019 for the CDC project we did with the Beat Hive. Yeah. Shout out to Sways, Madam B, Love More, motherfucking everybody. Lil Moan before he passed away. I sat on that footage for a while. Even Rap Reed, who put his input in and couldn't make it. Cats like Retro Bud, Club AM, a bunch of different artists that put forth their talents and efforts to bring awareness to HIV. You can search the Beat Hive on YouTube. UAB ain't sponsored this podcast, but they definitely sponsored me, so shout out to them too. So, but y'all can sponsor this podcast if y'all want to. But nah, they definitely put forth an initiative where hip-hop artists in the city use their platforms and voices to tell people to get tested and do something. Y'all want to check that out. I don't even know if it's still on my personal Instagram page, but I will share a link in the comments of this so that y'all can see the collection of videos where we sat down with scientists, doctors, people infected, and tried to battle the stigma of HIV and AIDS awareness. So I do want to say there is a community of artists that's willing to sacrifice their voices and do that here. But I understand what you're also saying. You got to trickle down to action with parents, kids. Everybody needs to be involved.
Foundation, straight up. Yeah.
I was about to say I had a question. I know there's not really so much focus on SCD. I kind of caught what y'all was talking about, but you made a point about parents being more involved and stuff. And if they was to make petitions for certain things like avocados or things like that, that it'll happen. Which I do agree with that idea. But I moved from Belton to Pleasant Grove when I was 5. And when I first got to Pleasant Grove, I wanted only few black people there. By the time I graduated, it was mostly black. But I say that to say, I seen a lot of parents come through and demand shit and try and get shit. But with a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, is one thing about is I guess politics in general, is we don't really have no equity. To really, so how do you, and that's the thing, okay. We can make, even if we make enough noise to make something happen, how do you make enough noise? We made enough noise, or helped make a lot of noise to get Obama in office. Not to go off on a tangent, but to get him in office, but shit, we ain't really had no backing behind him, so he wasn't really finna answer to us. We ain't put him in there for real. Right. You know what I'm saying? We just
no resources to offer.
Exactly. Yeah. So how do you combat that when it's okay, all right, yeah, we making all this noise, we doing all this 1-1-1-1, but
what the weight behind it?
Yeah, how do you sustain that? You know what I'm saying? How do you keep that going on instead of niggas just being what y'all begging at us? And then, you know what I'm saying? And once that's done, we gave y'all this, and y'all couldn't even do that. Just like how they low key trying to do in Birmingham. We gave y'all the city. Look what y'all did with it. Mm-hmm. Taking this shit back. You know what I'm saying? How do you not to be no pessimist about it? No, but just no, that's a good question. Yeah, how do you
how you address that?
Yeah, because to me sometimes it be feeling I hate this sound, but sometimes it be feeling like a hopeless fight. It's a fight I want to fight, but it's yo, you know what I'm saying? We don't got shit. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot and we do a lot with a little. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the real brass tacks of you know what I'm saying, what's really going on, overall, it ain't enough of us with that, and the people who got it, you know what I'm saying, the whole black elite shit, they not really, you know what I'm saying, they not really looking out for us like that, you know what I'm saying, for appearances.
I'm gonna be honest though,
but that's because they use their tactics to get
for that though, from the black elites.
Do you feel that we requested those services from them? I'm saying in regards to sex education in specific. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I was saying from the jump. Like I peeped I was talking about sex education, so I ain't want to. I'm sorry if I derailed y'all. I just heard.
No, because that can loop back into like expecting them to.
As far as everything though, when it comes to sex education, when it comes to like most needs of the black community, I'm pretty certain, you know what I'm saying, like even just having lived in the Tuskegee area where that shit rampant, you know what I'm saying? Like I know people who work and do stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it's people that'll help out and do what they can, but as far as like really caring about that, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't the same amount of emphasis put on it to me.
Alright, but even in the standard of the people that are just like common folk. Do you feel it's a minority that cares or the majority that does?
You talk common
in
folk?
regards to everyday person.
I think the majority care, but I don't think the majority got the time or the even optimism to really put in the push to do it.
Because I agree to a certain extent. It's like, I ain't saying that. You feel me? It's just that I think like. If people do care, they haven't been expressive enough about it. You feel what I'm saying? Like it had no noise has been made about it enough for it to even draw some attention. So how much do you really care? You know what I'm saying? Because like when it's a back against the wall situation for black folks, we stand the fuck up and say what we gotta say then. So why does that always have to come to that for you to say what the fuck you gotta say? You see what I'm saying?
What I was gonna say is, bro, for the most part, as far as minority versus majority, the majority cares, but the minority within that majority is the one that actually put feet to pavement and actually do shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So especially as far as sex education go, you know what I'm saying? It turns into, okay, how do we get more people to put feet to pavement? You know what I'm saying? And exactly how can we put feet to pavement? You know what I'm saying? In addition to education, goddamn, once again, Gene, we work with, you know what I'm saying, with the HIV and all of that, and, like, we see stuff like, oh, go get tested, go get such and such, but what can we do to actually get motherfuckers tested? You know what I'm saying? People hide behind, oh, well, shit, I'm scared of needles. Oh, shoot, my girl got tested, you know what I'm saying? She's straight, I'm straight. It's these kind of obstacles we gotta overcome.
Gotta get stigmatized going to the doctor.
Here's the thing that I found with that, right?
And then shit, even insurance, you know what I'm saying? That shit working against us, but go ahead.
Point. We're gonna acknowledge that point. But now, like, here's the things I found with working with that. One, it's been placed as is a stigma around it that induces fear. Like, this is something that can kill you, you can die, you wasted your life, and you gotta wear that shit like a scarlet letter for the rest of your life. And it's specifically painted towards black people. But the facts of it is, at this point in time, with the advancement in medicine, everything, it's one thing to have a cure, it's one thing to have a treatment, right? Like, you can't, it's a bunch of things that you can't cure that people have. Shit like bronchitis, shit like, you know what I'm saying,
even the common cold.
Not even a common cold, but I'm just saying lifelong ailments that people have, like shortness of vision, bronchitis, asthma. Like, it's a whole bunch of diseases that fit in that category, right? But they've made this one to be the most fearful of them all. And that was AIDS. Now, don't get me wrong. When AIDS first came out, that shit was hilarious. Not hilarious,
in that way.
It was serious, but it was like, what the fuck is this? You mean it'll driving? Yeah, just I think it was dropping without at any moment's notice. You know what I'm saying? It was like,
AIDS, AIDS.
Yeah. AIDS. You know what I'm saying? Even if you think about this, right? Like we know you can't get AIDS from kissing, but if you watch the fucking Eddie Murphy Delirious stand-up, it was so new that this was done in like the late 80s.
83.
You know, early 80s.
Yeah.
But he was, hold on. Because he was saying in that shit, like, you know what's scary though? That new AIDS shit. You kiss a bitch and you got AIDS. That's unfactual as fuck, but it was like,
it was so new then.
It was so new, and he made it hilarious, but it's like, damn, like, it truthfully is hilarious because you can't get AIDS like that. But I'm saying to say it was so new and people were dying from it so much because they didn't have a cure. If you believe AIDS is a natural disease, but that's another story for another time. But they make it seem like the worst of all the diseases, when in actuality, if you get the treatment that you need, like herpes, you can't. Niggas will take herpes before they take AIDS. Let's just be real, because they feel like they're gonna die from AIDS. Niggas feel like I can get herpes, but I can get the cure, I can get treatment, I can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't want either one, but I'm just saying, like, that's the truth. But I'm saying they'll take that, right? And if you think about this, it's like, okay, niggas just be like, I gotta tighten up, I ain't gonna die though. But the truth of the actual scientific matter is, after sitting with doctors and people with it and old people with this, old people with AIDS, niggas feel like they're gonna die tomorrow if you can't. But
Magic, licking Magic Johnson, bro.
But I'm saying, like, in reality, if you quit, like, I saw somebody post this on Facebook. I wish I could give credit, but it was like, nigga, your doctor can't spank you. Get a fucking test and tell him what you really doing, that you smoking, drinking, and fucking raw, so he can diagnose your scary ass. Like, get the fucking test, figure out what you need to do, and you can live with the shit. Right. If you get the treatment, though. When you scared to get the treatment and get tested, you're the primary source of the motherfucking problem and the fear that goes on. Because I've met people 70, 80 years old with this disease that live with it. And you can, if you people would get that honest with themselves and open-minded, that you can live a long life with this disease, with treatment. You can take medication to prevent yourself from spreading it, and your partner or your wife or whoever can take medication to keep from catching it. There's a preventative drug for this as well if you have a partner. These methods are proven. There's no way to get rid of it out of the body. Right. But it is ways that you can prevent it from being spread. And niggas would stop being scared and get this shit done.
Gotta have some objectivity about yourself,
and one more thing, I even forgot. I'm sorry, I just got so deep in that point because I worked with that. But I forgot the last point that I was gonna make. So fuck it, I'm just gonna pass it. But niggas, get tested. It's that simple. Like,
accountability. And just piggyback, like you said, Magic, bro. The thing, and what happened with Magic was, once, like you said, Eddie Murphy and all that, AIDS was so new in the 80s. First of all, they thought that it was only a gay man's disease. And then, goddamn, when Magic got it, you know what I'm saying, straight nigga had it, everybody was looking at him crazy, but he actually had to get out the NBA because people thought that you can get it through sweat. You know what I'm saying? Niggas didn't want to play with Magic. That's why he had to get out. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So it's like, and you're right, you know what I'm saying? Like, in real life, I know a couple of people that have HIV. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And goddamn, you know, and one of them very close to me, my godmother. You feel me? Real life. You know what I'm saying? And but once again, she got a husband, all of that. And it's like, it's one of those things where when you hear it, it is synonymous with death and being, you know, irresponsible with your life and all of these things. But the fact of the matter is, and that's why it's like, is these conversations, the fact that this is being recorded, you feel me, is these kind of things. Bottom line, we gotta talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, so we gotta chastise our niggas for not getting tested. You know what I'm saying? You scared of a needle? Get over it, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Your girl got tested and she's straight. Cool. Make sure, you know what I'm saying? You straight. For all you know, you could just not giving it to her for whatever reason. Your pull-out game might be that unique. You feel me? But, you know what I'm saying? On some real shit, bro. We all got it. It's like, bro, at the end of the day, bro, we really do gotta, as people, everybody's scared. Everybody, I seen, you know, you said you saw a status. I seen one on the opposite end of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? I know niggas was being ugly about it, but they said it seemed like only niggas that go to the doctor get STDs. And exactly. But the fact of it, but what it does is it makes a joke out of the fact of niggas' main fear of getting tested is being told that they actually do have something. At the end of the day, niggas would literally rather not know. Why is that? Because they, you know,
ignorance is bliss.
And they think, oh shit, I got AIDS, I'm finna die now, I can't fuck hoes. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. you know what I'm saying, when they need to know shit like, you know what I'm saying, it's medicine.
Right.
First of all, if we being real, this is cheer, but that is a conversation for another day. But, you know what I'm saying, what's available to us, you know what I'm saying, at any level, what niggas gotta know is that what is available to us is, number one, this is not a death sentence, you know what I'm saying? Number two, it's goddamn, you know what I'm saying, it's medicine to, and I'm doubling down on it, even though you already said it, because it needs to be thematic. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be thematic. Motherfuckers should know not only, okay, AIDS is real, HIV is real, facts. What else is real? The medicine that keep you from spreading it, the medicine your partners can take from contracting it. You know what I'm saying? Both y'all doing your shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all on your shit. You know, yeah, bro. Goddamn. And so it's like, it's these conversations that need to be had.
Right.
Real.
Right. Let me say this, man. Like, I'm not rebuttal you, but respond to you. Paco, what he said, like, man, and I'm gonna agree with Tia. It's about consistency. Like, shit, Martin Luther King, UAP Noon, with Martin Luther King in regards to the Montgomery boycott. Boys boycotts.
Drink me, you kicking in.
Yeah. It took them over 100 days to be recognized. You know what I'm saying? Before motherfuckers took them serious and seeing that shit really hurt their pockets. UAP Noon, like shit, he educated people in North California, Oakland, to shit, not fuck with these schools. Let's come together. Let's be combative against them. That's when shit started working out in their favor to have the breakfast, like to feed the kids. Yeah. So it's all about consistency. Like, to answer your question, like, if we went to Walmart just as a collective together and say we want this shit, they'll probably be like, yeah, we hear y'all, but fuck y'all.
You got no use.
But yeah,
we come every fucking day.
If we came every day and we start taking our money out of their pocket,
we got impact.
Then they gonna realize that this shit for real. We need to do what they say. And it's about consistency. So, that's the only answer to what you were saying.
I like that. And I get what you're saying about consistency. But like, I guess, how can we expect, you know what I'm saying, to like, because once we get that consistency, or once we get what we want, you know what I'm saying, if we still gotta go ask these people, or we still gotta go depend on somebody else to provide that for us, they just gonna say fuck us again. Because like, you know, people, the saying of, I think like turmoil make strong men make complacent men, and complacent men make weak men. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We go to Walmart, we go to these places, and we ask for this, we ask for that, and we get it. You know what I'm saying? I know the consistency will keep us from that, but it's like, okay, why we can't just be consistent with us? You know what I'm saying?
He talking about being self-sufficient.
Yeah, that's
what he talking about.
And I get that. Like, I feel like they want, like, whatever they is, won't respect, whether it be black or white, anything. Like, if you don't come to the table with some shit, like, at the end of the day, you're really not at the table. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like that's just my thing with it. Even going back to the STD thing, you know what I'm saying? One of the real problems within the black community with that, and I'm not just gonna blame it on church, but just like, we stigmatize sex, especially the older generation, so much.
And make it taboo where niggas want to do it, you know?
I mean, and even niggas don't want to niggas don't want to talk about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm be real about it. Like, I ain't got shit, but I thought I had some shit for me. I heard some shit.
We talked.
Yeah. And look, I did some research, and I found out, like, damn, like, nigga, 1 in 6 people got this shit. Got like nigga, the fuck. And when I really had to deal with the real life, you know what I'm saying, consequences of that. And like before, you know what I'm saying, nigga find everything straight. I'm like, shit, bro. Like, how the fuck I'm a, you know what I'm saying, one nigga ain't gonna die, but goddamn, like, nigga, this shit a bad look, you know what I'm saying? Right. But at the same time, too, it's like, yo, bro, chances is, if you fucking raw, like, you got a 1 in 6 chance of getting, we know niggas with shit that probably don't know they got that shit, or know they got that shit, and you don't know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you talking about, it's so stigmatized, even just even fuck, you know, not wanting to know. It's just even like knowing and just like not feeling like you can talk about it. It's probably people who got tested and don't say shit. These niggas fucking raw. They probably know they got some shit.
It don't kill.
Let me say this, man. Let me say this. First off, I'm so happy we all in this motherfucker because this has been the best shit. I don't give a fuck if people watching this shit, like all us in this motherfucker together, man. It's good dialogue. That's what's needed.
Yeah,
for real. Community. This community shit, cause we're a community in this motherfucker. So shit. To answer your question, man, it's all about community for real. Like it's all about coming together, being educated, and that's what education play a factor. Education play a factor because
I promise that's what I'm finna say.
if you educated, you don't have an ego. And what I'm saying by that, you don't have an ego. That means you know how to be accountable. If you got some shit and you don't want to talk to somebody about it, that means you're not knowledgeable. That means you got too much pride where you can't loosen up. So that's why community is very important. Everybody in here is great at what they do. And when you're great at what you do, you're going to have an ego, right? Yeah. But at the same time,
just look at the whole picture though.
We are brothers and we love each other. So shit, you're gonna have an ego. So shit, it's all about community in regards to, we got to open ourselves up because it ain't about us. The same people that may be doing that shit, they got fucking kids. If you really love your kids, you really love the future, you want to be able to provide for them and be open for them because it ain't about you no more. It's about your the generations after you. It's about your legacy. That's the word I was thinking about. But yeah. That's all I want to say
because I want to do this the right way where the opportunity is there. Don't go nowhere. Come back real quick. I know, man, but just chill. I want to wrap it up because you put a perfect segment on it, and y'all know I don't think of episode titles until after we done recording live. So I think with that monologue right there, the name of this episode is going to be Great Like Kobe. Or Kobe the Great. Like that's the point of this episode.
Oh, great like Kobe.
Great like Kobe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas want to be like Mike, be great like Kobe. You know what I'm saying? So that's a perfect point to wrap up on. Carry that into your everyday lives and everything y'all do. Live streamers, stay tuned. We probably gonna hang out for a little while longer.
Man, this shit was lovely, man. Y'all niggas gotta come back.
Dope ass episode, man.
For real. Cause it's real shit.
Shout out to all the guests that pulled up tonight. The homie Wu Tim had to dip. He's also expecting, so he got shit going on. So shout out to him for still pulling up. Shout out to all the special guests in the building. We got both members of the monastery in here because they done came through like on the rando. Shout out to Ozu for pulling up, and shout out to our official special guests as well that came through. To Dolo, man, I appreciate you stopping through. You know what I'm saying? Like shopping shit with us,
I know you a businessman. We had time. This nigga real business, man. I see it for real. So,
definitely. Dolo, man, just go ahead and plug your shit because I don't think we did that earlier. We just got right into what you do.
Instagram, the whole thing, not thing. THANG _IB. Twitter is Fibonacci Dolo. YouTube Dolo Fibonacci FIBONACCI. Music on our platform. Single just been released. Work, go get it. You can go check the video out. You can go work out to it, bump some iron, get some pussy, whatever energetic that you may feel.
Safely.
Tested.
Kid tested, mother approved.
Go make it. Good vibes on it, man. But yeah, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Right.
Also,
y'all niggas gotta come back. They gotta come back.
Oh, for sure. My liquor is kicking in, and I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I left off my nigga Ozu, man. Thank you for stopping through too.
Oh, you included it. You tapped my shadow though. You tapped my shadow. You got shout out to Ozu. And I felt it, bro. I was like, okay, yeah, that's real.
Drink me, you get real in here. I'm just saying, like, Drink Champ's gonna have to come see us, boy.
Know that.
But
y'all got the tiger ball.
No, we ain't not like
we ain't got the herb drink. We ain't got the herb drink.
Yeah, we can make some though. I don't know. We come.
Oh, we probably speaking of making drinks. Stay tuned. We probably get some of my shit. Yeah, sweet. My bad. Go ahead and wrap up, Ozu.
Oh no, what else I was supposed to do? I don't know what to do with my hands. I was shouting stuff out.
Plug yourself, man.
This all you need for me, from me, to be near me is these 8 characters. OZU, the number 8, LACK. You can put that in anywhere you want to, and you're gonna find me.
Ozu at 8 lack.
Yeah, just replace the B for 8. You know what I'm saying? That's
8
a
lack.
signature status.
Ozu black.
And I just don't happen to drive a Cadillac, but don't worry about all that.
Bars. I told y'all this nigga was skull.
Septuple
Triple I'm telling you.
You know say, hey, Monastery album coming soon.
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't got for that.
Get
But
money,
again,
we gonna split money.
what you know about that?
Group economics, nigga. That's what I do.
Alright, hold on. Hey,
Talk
hold on.
that communist manifesto shit.
Look, man.
Hey, yo, man,
We need to have a conversation,
the guys in
bro.
the earth, man.
Oh yeah.
Peace to the nation.
Number
man.
7.
All right. Well, this has been another episode of the Sweet Life Podcast. Y'all know what to do. This credit's gonna come on at the end of the episode. Live streamers, stay tuned though. Fuck with us. But yeah, special guest the Monastery, special guest of Ozu, special guest of Dolo Fibonacci. Shout out my brother Dovin Bay, the Nigerian accountant from Lagos. The homie.
Shout out to the boy. Do not forget my boy, please.
You sound
The homie.
you sound like Nigerians for real.
Oh yes, I do. I'm going to Nigeria.
Shout out.
Lagos.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was his fault. He promised.
Shout out to our fourth host, the homie Wu Tim, who had to make a run. That is DJ, who is the phasing octopus. No, the phasing octopus that we call DJ, who is a DJ amongst 7 other things. I'm Eugene Wright. This is your host, C Noah. Make sure y'all tune in. Fuck with us. Peace. Live streamers, y'all stick around. Shit ain't done yet.